Welcome back, Friday Night Football fans.
Mike, what type of joke was that, Larry? Whose man's? Who let him do sports today?
Sometimes I ask myself the same question.
Keeping the chat aside, there's a great games on deck for sure.
And for sure, Scooby, let's start with some 8-man football. North we go across the mighty MAC. Rudyard Bulldogs hosting Posen Vikings in 8-man action. Some excitement, 1 minute left in the second quarter. Rudyard up 22-12, and quarterback Dylan Mills keeps up the rock and runs through the gut. Right through that Viking D. Only one player touches him. He goes all the way for 74 yards for the score. Half minute left. Look at Posen on the move, but Dylan Schutz, he just lofted that one. That's going the other way to Demarius Johnson. Rundell gets the interception, 57 yards, and 2 seconds left in the half. Posen ball switch, scrambles, and then he fires that bomb to Sam Burnett. It's a race to the goal line, but now Johnson Rundell tries to get in time to score, and Posen can't get anything going in the second half. Rudyard pours it on tonight, winning 57-12.
Next game, we picked this one up in the third quarter. Charlevoix's Cole Wright rolls left, and he finds Garrett C., and he has all the blockers he needs in front of him. That's all the way to the red zone. Raiders are now down 22-7. To the fourth, Wright fakes the handoff, finds Camden Musilek, and he lands just shy of the goal line. However, the Raiders failed to punch it in, and later in the game, Wright is looking deep, and Alan Ritter picked it off in the end zone. Timmy LaPointe with the big play for Joe Berg to stop the drive, and then Cardinals on the 1-yard line, and they hand it off to Kevin Geider, and that's 6. Joe Berg goes on to win 28-7 over Charlevoix. Now, Cedarville versus Onaway, and pay attention to this number you see on the score, and I'm talking about number 52 because you'll see it a lot in tonight's sportscast. Cedarville came in with an undefeated record, and they still put in work against Onaway and wrapped that game up to a score of 52-20.
Moving forward to the next 8-man football game, Sunbays hosted Atlanta, and this was a battle between both of these teams. Atlanta's head coach Troy Cheedy exclaimed his defense played great, but the Huskies came up short, 13-12. Austin Corbin had 2 touchdown passes for Atlanta, one to Reese Wood and the other to Cody Reeve. Atlanta is now 2-2 on the season. The Huskies will play Traverse City Grand Traverse next Friday at a new time. Kickoff is now set for 5 p.m.
Like I said, you see that number, 52? Remember it. Traverse City Grand Traverse went up against Hale, and the winner of that game is the Eagles. Hale put up the magic number of the night, 52, and come out with a 46-point win. Welcome back. So the Alpena Wildcats wrapped up their 3-game homestand tonight, and history has said that this matchup isn't in Alpena's favor.
Yeah, the Wildcats have only beat this team twice in the last 10 years, but I understand you were at the game, and this one was another close one.
Yeah, Michael, just like all the other Alpena games, it was a battle. And the Wildcats hosted Cadillac at home to wrap up their 3-game homestand, and you know the student section was lit. I've got to give a little shout out to them because they showed your boy a lot of love tonight. But Alpena got started first in a big way.
Yeah, first quarter we have a tie at 0, and on 1st and 10, Logan Guthrie breaks free.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's what you call breakaway speed. Senior number 6, 73 yards all the way down to the crib, and Alpena goes up 7-0. Guthrie led all rushers with 148 yards on the ground.
Ooh-rah! Second quarter now, Vikes in the red zone, and they're going to go for it on 4th and 6. Tip Baker decided to keep it, and then that's 6 points from 11 yards out. Tie game at 7.
So we go into the half with the same score, and in the third quarter, the Vikings are too close not to score.
Cole Flint punches it in, and Alpena is now down 14-7. The Wildcats, Scooby, they look deflated.
But hold on, Michael. Alpena hits a field goal to make it 14-10 in the fourth, and then they get down to the red zone on 3rd and 1. Big play here. Alex Arch gets it done. Alpena takes the lead and holds on to beat the Vikings 23-14.
And this is the 3rd time Alpena has beat the Vikings in 10 years. Huge conference win for the Wildcats. Hillman hosted Rogers City in a North Star League battle. The Tigers are looking for their first win of the season.
We'll go to the first quarter. First down, Hillman in the near the end zone, and Kyle Moore Drops back, looks, decides nobody's open, so I'm going to just take it myself. Gets the job done. Hillman gets 6, and they go for the 2-point conversion and get it 8-0.
Rogers City answered back on the 5-yard line. Michael Carson Supermans into the end zone for an RC score. Hillman leads 8-6.
To the second quarter, Hillman is ready to rebound, looking to strike. Moore drops back and floats one to the senior, Matthew Hunt.
Oh my, what a beautiful grab. That's going to be a top play on Monday.
Yeah, move the chains, baby. Moments later, Tigers hand it off to Kane Hunt, and he sprints out to the far side for the home team to push their lead to 14-6.
Before half, and then Hillman carried that momentum all the way into the second half and win 32-20. The victory marks the Tigers' first win on the season. And that's solid win for the Hillman Tigers as they get their first win of the season, Scooby.
Yeah, of course, Mike. Last year, they did the same thing, lost the first 3 and then went to win out. So, of course, great to see Orange and Black get a win in the W column. But here we are. We have another game of the week. We have the game of the week.
And this is the biggest one because Agre hasn't been 4-0 since 2006. And for Alcona, it's been since 2015.
Yeah, at Agre High School, these are the 2 best teams we cover. This is the game of the week.
Kane Zion is going to get this ball, hike, and zip it to Jared Saunders for a touchdown pass. Agre jumps on the board first.
Alcona down, but not out. Tigers respond in a huge way with a TD, a score. Agre thought they had to go into the first half, man.
Oh, they did. And one guy was tearing it up for Agre. And as they inch closer to scoring, Kane Zion takes the hike, searches, and why not? One-man delivery train. Woo! This Wolverine man is becoming Mr. Touchdown for his squad.
Love it, love it. Agre scores again to make it 14-8. And this guy, he's at it again, just straight ball. And with his arm to Justin Michaels. What a play, baby.
Great name, great snag, and great score, Scooby.
But hey, this game was closer than you think. The second half was a complete turnaround for the Tigers, who poured on at least 30 points in the second half. In the end, Agre Sims edges out Alcona 48-46 in the North Star League clash. Agre Sims hasn't started 4-0 since the Wolverines last did in 2006. Now, one more time, what I tell you, that number, the 52, Oscoda Owls continue their offensive tirade this season and come out with the win against Mayo to a score of 52-6. The Owls have scored more than 40 points in every game they've played in this season and are now 3-1 on the year.
Great stat, Scooby. And next is Frankenmuth against Tawas, and Frankenmuth decided to go a step higher and not score 52 points. They put up 61 bad ones tonight against Tawas to come out with a big win. And a lot of great football. I know you were at Alpena. I was in Hillman, and you can see it even at week 4. These teams are really, a lot of these wins are starting to matter for playoffs.
Nothing like Friday Night Lights, I would say.
Yeah, I was jamming at the Alpena game. That band, they were playing some hits. You know, I was getting a little moves in. Like, you know, just a lot of fun. If you haven't been, you got to go.
I try to keep my dance moves at home so nobody can see those.
Don't embarrass yourself,
It's a little bit
Michael.
like this.
Who's man? Who's man?
Someone get
I'll
him
stick to the
off
highlights.
here. Coming up on WBKB News, meteorologist Ulysses Garcia will be back with one last look at weather.